Welcome to episode 1 of the Political Evolution podcast. I'm Alexander Kent. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. I'm filled with gratitude and joy as we start this journey together towards modern and evolved, honest and transparent, collaborative and cooperative online democratic republics. We have so much to talk about, so let's get straight to it. This podcast is all about the political evolution of online democracy, the online democracy that is being created by voters and elected officials at all levels of government via voter directed democracy on the platform voterdirectednetwork.com. That is voterdirectednetwork.com. Please join us. All voters are always welcome. For this first podcast, I wanted to give you some information about Voter Directed Network, the platform and the company. At Voter Directed Network, we have 3 main goals. Our goals are to empower all legal voters equally in order to 1. Modernize and evolve flawed democracy, to bring our democratic republics online out of the 1800s and into the digital age. We have improved and advanced so many other parts of modern society with advanced computer technology. Just think about how we've improved communication, transportation, education, medicine, banking, commerce, entertainment. It's time to do the same thing with our political system and modernize and evolve our democratic republics by bringing them online. Number 2, reduce political corruption. The political corruption in our country is so immense. The party-driven system has been relentlessly corrupted by billionaires and special interest groups for decades. The corruption has gotten worse and worse, decade after decade, which is why our country has become more and more authoritarian decade after decade. This is also why our worst social and economic problems, like perpetual war, widespread poverty, and other manifestations of the violent corporate party-driven agenda, get passed from one generation to the next generation of oppressed voters. All flawed democracy is the result of financial corruption and agenda corruption within our political systems. Voter-directed democracy will create a more honest, transparent, and accountable political system. The solution to political corruption is political evolution. The solution is evolution, my friends. In other words, to solve any type of corruption, you must introduce transparency and accountability to that corrupt system. Same thing for corruption in any type of system. Same thing for corruption in an education system, a for-profit business or a non-profit business. The solution to corruption in any system at any level is evolving, changing, improving that system to increase accountability and transparency. And that is exactly what online democratic republics will bring to our political system: transparency and accountability. 3, openly and transparently determine the will of the people at all levels of government for every single issue. On Voter Directed Network, there's a virtual room, an online platform for each constituency where voters and elected officials can come together, discuss all relevant issues, and vote on all matters of importance at all levels of government. We can and should vote on everything online and then expect the republic of officials at whatever level of government to follow those results. It's 2025. Using the internet is simply the most logical and intuitive way to determine the real will of the people for every single issue. So let's do it. All voters are always welcome on voterdirectednetwork.com. Please join us. I'm so excited. This is so exciting, and it's filling the hearts of so many people with political hope. Real, honest political hope for our collective political future. Because online democracy, this evolution, is a real, modern, logical, and intuitive solution to our greatest systemic political challenges. Together, voters are going to save, modernize, and evolve our political system. I have no doubts that this is our future. Online democratic republics are our future. Can you feel it? I can. We can. And I don't want to scare you, but the reality is that the foundation of techno authoritarianism, technology assisted and promoted authoritarianism, is already here. The only way voters can save democracy from technology assisted, party driven authoritarianism is by embracing technology assisted, voter directed democracy. And remember, we love our Constitution. Overall, it is an amazing document. Voter directed democracy fully and completely 100% supports our U.S. Constitution and any constitution that creates a democratic republic. We don't need a new constitution. We have to practice our Constitution in a different way. We have to move on from the party driven, broken, flawed, immensely corrupt political system of the 1800s and practice democracy with modern, evolved online technology. Let's talk mission, vision, and values of Voter Directed Network. Our mission: to support and inspire voters to collectively modernize and evolve our democratic republics into systems that are less corrupt, more transparent, and truly represent the real will of the people at all levels of government via the political philosophy of voter directed democracy. Our vision is to establish Voter Directed Network as the most trustworthy, transparent, and user-friendly platform for voters and elected officials to effectively collaborate and determine the will of the people at all levels of government in an honest and transparent way for every single issue. 1. Political freedom. Voter Directed Network and Voter Directed Democracy are relentlessly pro voter, pro democratic republic, and thus anti authoritarian. We proudly stand against authoritarianism in all its forms and at all levels of government. 2. Voter empowerment. As explained in the Voter Directed Democracy political philosophy, we believe all voters in all democratic republics should be empowered to make all political decisions at all levels of government on every single issue. The philosophical backbone of voter directed democracy is one citizen, one vote on all matters of importance. 3. Voter access and inclusivity. Voter Directed Network is completely 100% free to use for all voters and elected officials and always will be. We also believe in radical voter inclusivity, which means all voters are always welcome on Voter Directed Network. 4. Voter equity. All content on Voter Directed Network from all voters and elected officials will be treated the same. There is no way for anyone to use money to boost or promote any content. 5. Social and economic neutrality. Voter-directed democracy as a political philosophy is inherently apolitical in relation to all social and economic issues. We believe all legal voters should make all social, political, and economic decisions at all levels of government via the political process on voter-directed network. 6. Communication. We are committed to being excellent communicators and sharing our thoughts and ideas with precision and clarity. 7. Trustworthiness and accountability. We are committed to ensuring that our platform and services are trusted by all users. We know that maintaining public trust, remaining accountable, and being fully transparent is essential to what we do. 8. Collaboration. We are committed to working together as a team internally and with all voters and elected officials that use voter-directed network. We know that we all achieve more when we collaborate effectively. 9. Continuous improvement. We are committed to always improving and innovating throughout the company and within our platform to create a better product and experience for everyone. We are always open to voter feedback and ideas. 10. Kindness. We are committed to being professional and demonstrating respect to everyone we encounter by choosing kindness whenever possible. We are talking about this voter-inspired, voter-empowering evolution of our political system to an online, voter-directed democratic republic as described in the book Voter-Directed Democracy. Please check it out. If you want the full deep dive, you have to read the book or listen to the audiobook. Again, we are talking about evolving beyond the decades and generations of broken, flawed, immensely corrupt, increasingly authoritarian, party-driven democratic republics that have created and perpetuated all of our systemic social, political, and economic problems. Quickly, just think about your personal top 10 systemic social, political, and economic issues that our country faces. There are hundreds of these issues, but just think about your top 10. All of those problems are party-driven, party-created, and party-perpetuated. We exist in a party-driven system. That system is what created all of our social and economic conditions, environments, and systems, and thus the problems voters and our children suffer under. And it would be absolutely insane to believe that the same party-driven system that created the problems will ever solve these problems. The party-driven system isn't set up to solve these problems. The party-driven system is set up to allow for these problems. Why? Because many different people and many different corporations benefit from these problems. We are launching this podcast today because we are 365 days, 1 year away from the 2026 midterm elections on November 3rd, 2026. November 3rd, 2026 is when political power will formally begin to evolve in the United States of America from broken, flawed, and immensely corrupt party-driven democratic republics to modern, evolved, logical, intuitive, honest, and transparent online democratic republics via the political evolution of voter-directed democracy on voter-directed network. This will be an exciting, beautiful, and hope-filled political moment for our country. Hundreds more of these moments will soon follow, but we need to get ready right now. Here's the plan for November 3rd, 2026 midterm elections. 1. Join. Please join. All legal voters in the U.S. should join voter-directed network whenever you are ready to help us modernize and evolve. Each individual voter must do their part to help modernize and evolve our entire political system. This is by far the most important step. Total and complete evolution is not realistic for 2026, but we need as many voters as we can get. Tell everyone around you. Call, text, and email those you love the most. Engage with and share our content on social media. And remember, all voters are always welcome on Voter Directed Network. So come, create an account on VDN, become a verified voter, and get access to all of your constituencies and participate. Use VDN to create statements. Use our Likert 10-point scale from -10 to +10 to agree and disagree on everything. Comment, reply, and vote. Vote, vote, vote at all levels of government to determine the real will of the people. Start advocating for the world you want and the society you want to build at all levels of government. Start promoting love, courage, justice, wisdom, temperance, kindness, logic, emotional intelligence, gratitude, inclusivity, care, and all other forms of human positivity inherent to the real will of the people. Start using VDN to push back against the forces of fear, greed, violence, division, hatred, and evil that are dominant in the current broken, flawed, corrupt, negative, divisive, and increasingly authoritarian party-driven political system. Start learning how to use this new innovative tool to openly and transparently discuss really important issues. Collaborate politically with other voters and vote to determine the real will of the people. 2, become a voter-directed candidate. Who should become a voter-directed candidate? You! You should become a voter-directed candidate. Become a voter-directed candidate for public office at whatever level of government makes most sense for you and for your family. Some of the millions of voters who modernize and evolve and join Voter Directed Network must also become voter directed candidates and win election in November 2026. But we must start now. Voter Directed Network will make your job and responsibility as an elected official very, very easy. All elected officials in a democratic republic have the same job: to relentlessly learn and implement the will of the people. And that is what Voter Directed Network was made to do. There are also many companies available to help independent candidates get elected. Our favorite is goodparty.org. Go check them out. We also need to focus our electoral efforts on the legislative chambers of the federal government and state government. 88 of 99 legislative chambers have elections in November 2026, representing 82% of all legislative seats at the federal and state levels. Become a voter-directed candidate, and you will get elected. And together, we will show the world what modern and evolved democracy can look like. 3, believe and talk about the evolution every day. Keep it on your tongues and in your fingers. Talk to your friends, family, coworkers, and neighbors about it every day. Let your fingers talk for you and use technology to blast this idea far and wide through email, text, and social media. And truly hold the idea of political evolution via voter-directed democracy on Voter-Directed Network in your heart and mind every day. That together we can improve democracy in this way at all levels of government. Believe it. Pray about it. Meditate on it, manifest it, visualize it, affirm it, think positively about it, and collectively, we will make it happen. 4. Support the political evolution of voter-directed democracy on voter-directed network however you can. Some ideas include interacting on social media, donating to the cause, investing in the platform, buying and distributing the book, and buying merchandise. All we really ask, all you really need to do is join voter-directed network. That's it. That is by far the most important thing, but there are additional ways you can help as well. So, we do have to wait until the elections to formally evolve political power, but there are no temporal restrictions, limitations, or hurdles for the mental, emotional, and spiritual evolution inherent to voter-directed democracy on voter-directed network. In other words, our country and humanity in general can evolve mentally, emotionally, and spiritually into the future of online democratic republics at any time. There are no limitations on the speed of this part of the political evolution. The velocity of the idea of political evolution via voter-directed democracy on voter-directed network is potentially unlimited. The idea can go viral online at any time, and the speed of human communication via the internet finally matches the speed of collective human consciousness. So, yes, we have to wait until November 2026 to formally evolve our political system as voters, because this is what our constitutions demand. But our collective mental, emotional, and spiritual evolution into the right evolutionary, voter directed mindsets will happen whenever enough voters believe in the evolution of voter-directed democracy on voter-directed network. Also, currently empowered elected officials at the federal, state, and local level can also choose to modernize and evolve at any moment via direct implementation of voter-directed democracy. Any elected official at any level of government can choose to pivot away from broken, flawed, immensely corrupt, divisive, negative, and increasingly authoritarian party-driven democracy towards the future of open, honest, and transparent online voter-directed democratic republics by joining voter-directed network and becoming an independent, voter-directed elected official. Which of our currently empowered elected officials really care about the Constitution, voters, democracy, and the will of the people? And which of our currently empowered elected officials only really care about their individual wealth and power? Well, we will find out very, very soon. Everyone, all voters and elected officials at all levels of government have the same exact opportunity and the same exact decision to make. Support the broken, flawed, corrupt, divisive, often violent status quo of party-driven democracy, or join voter-directed network and support the future of modern, evolved, honest, transparent, accountable, and online democratic republics. This political evolution towards online democratic republics is just getting started. I cannot wait to see what kind of society we will build together on Voter Directed Network. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. Please join voterdirectednetwork.com. All voters are always welcome, and I will see you on the network.